So let's go over the next one. We have the Mississippi Metagross with his Jackson's Jackson's team uh, and Skiploom. So
Um, yeah,
yeah, so
I don't know why he drafted that, but
So
I
let's look at a roster without Skip Loom. How about that?
yeah, let's look at it because he has essentially he only has 10 mons instead of 11. Um, but I think when I was looking at it, he was actually missing a type, and he instead went for the Skiploom. I think he was missing grass, but he was also missing something else that I forgot about.
Let's see.
Um, I'll look at it right now here. Uh, well, he has the Fairy Dragon Steel with Sylveon Skarmory and Kerm, which is a very good type for.
Missing the
Mhm.
poison type, I guess.
He's missing a poison. I think he's missing
It's like
this
here. I know
no,
you
no,
had the get the mute.
he has everything, I guess. Yeah, he was just missing the grass typing, which he covered with Skiploom.
it's a skip limit. So.
It's a Skiploom.
But yeah, you look at his cores, right? Obviously, the Dragon Fairy Steel is not bad at all.
Yeah,
Yep.
he has Sylveon and
His
Skarmory, very
his
bulky.
his water and fire type aren't bad.
Water, fire, grass
Yeah.
is
The thing with
other than Skip Loom is good.
yeah, the thing with his water type though is that
Is
it's very offensive, and
it's not a scald user. That's what
it's
you
not a
want
Scald
most of the time.
user, and it doesn't want to take the hit. Like water types, you want to be able to bring them in and take hits with them. It in my opinion at least, water types do that. Gator, you want him to be safe until maybe mid to late game, so you can set up with him. Um,
Yep.
I hate Gator by the way, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Anyways, he has Mew and Infernape, which is a nice combination, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Well, I really like Scar and Mew. Like Scar and Mew is pretty solid.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can see could be a problem is his electric type is not the best either. Me myself personally, I do like a good electric type.
hmm Why do you think he needs the Raichu? He does get the Lightning Rod, so maybe he's trying to cover the electric weakness of Gator and Skarmory.
Maybe, yeah.
Um, Obviously Sableye is very bulky to take on like any kind of electric Pokemon. So
Here, I don't like the Mega Sableye, to be honest, either.
Sableye, well, to be honest, his removal is only Skarmory, and Mew,
It's
right?
just, yeah.
So Skiploom might get Defog. I don't know, but
Especially a Tier 1 Mega. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, but Sableye, with him having the Magic Bounce at least, he could be protected more from hazards, so he doesn't have to worry about them too much.
Because I could have seen maybe something other than the Feraligatr and get a good, a little more.
Yeah, I mean there's some decent water types in
And
Tier
you
3
have
for sure.
in Tier 1, if you want a Dark type, you got the Mega Gyarados right there, right?
There's that too,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, if he wanted the Dark type, he could have easily have gotten that. Sableye is more of a. It can be a setup sweeper. It can be a Stallmon. Um, it gets a lot of useful utility.
Mega
So
Sableye is definitely best suited for stall. Like that's
yeah.
what it was built to do.
hmm So
And the thing is, Steam is not really a stall team either.
well,
No.
if you look at it's not the most, but like if you look at it, how do you beat Sableye, Skarmory, and Sylveon together?
Oh, that's a
It's
good
tough, right?
question.
Like because
Yeah.
they're specially defensive. They can also go physically defensive. And then on top of that, he has the Mew, which is also kind of hard to break in itself. Mew can easily always go offensive if he wants it to. Just go
Yep.
nasty plot, Munium Z. So it's not a bad
Yeah, you're right.
roster at all. Like he has enough defense to cover for his Mew and Infernape and Feraligatr to sweep in the late game.
Doesn't have much for electric types. Like I said, Raichu.
Yeah, Like
Like
Mudsdale's a thing. Mudsdale's a thing.
Mudsdale.
Kurum,
Other than that,
Kurum can kind of take him on. He doesn't want to take a focus blast, but he can be bulky enough. So
Yeah.
is he weak to rocks? Not
he's weak to
really.
rocks.
Not
But
really.
again, he has the Sableye, which is magic bound, so it might prevent
Yeah.
his opponent from even bringing hazards sometimes. So
Yeah, and he
any
has decent hazard. He has decent hazard setters. I mean, he
yeah,
has
Yeah.
Storm, Mew, Infernape.
Setters,
Excelgor.
removers.
Like Excelgor, you can come in and just set up T spikes or spikes if you want to, and then just final gambit. So
Yep.
yeah, again,
Not
it's some
not
pretty
really
decent
any
team.
wall breakers either
Yeah.
though.
Do you see any wall breakers? I see Spec Sylveon. Um,
Sylveon, that's pretty much
Yeah.
I can
the only one I
see
can see.
like well, Kyurem can be a wall breaker if you specs him as well, but
Same thing. You need to bring specs.
you need to bring
I don't
specs.
know.
Yeah. Infernape, obviously setup sweeper. He has a lot of setup sweepers. He has Mew, Infernape, Gator.
Oh, yes, good setup. Yeah,
Yeah.
but pure power,
It's just
he's
really
a
the
bit lacking.
Sylveon, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Other than
Yeah.
that, it's not too bad at all.
mm, I'm not one to sleep on Life Orb Sheer Force for Alligator though. That thing can be a wall breaker in and of itself. So, um,
Yeah, you should
You would
know.
know.
yeah, yeah, I do know. So, uh, I'm gonna call that a wall breaker. It gets enough coverage. It can set up and then just win in the late game. It's a decent mon. So,
It's a sleeper, obviously.
yeah.
All
So,
right.
so that's Jackson. Anyone else have any thoughts on Jackson's team there besides the Skip Bloom?
um, I don't. We covered just about everything.
Yeah.
Well, I did pin it to C League channel. Ryan
Okay.
did say if Skip Plume is the kill leader of the league, he quits.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I could see him getting easily 6 kills a match.
Oh yeah.
All right,
At least.
let's move on to we got the Cairo Camels and
My boy
Stars team.
Starfish.
Starfish. And he's our number 8 team out of 12. Why do you guys think we have him at number 8 right here?
Well, same thing, right? Dragon Fairy Steel. It's a very good core here. It's not like Gudra, Fini. You got good walls,
Yeah.
and you got the Jirachi.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing core. Finny, Gudra, and Jirachi. Not a bad core.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fire, water, grass. You got the Greninja, Mungus. He doesn't have the fire, but I feel fire is not really needed.
Personally, I just always hate having Finny in the Dragon Fairy Steel Core because Misty Surge just weakens all your dragon attack.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
There's only certain dragons that you should bring it next to Fini, like Zygarde, because Zygarde doesn't use dragon moves much.
Yeah, he
But
just
like,
used 1,000 arrows more.
Well, Gudra is perfect with Fini, I find.
Well, yeah, Gudra gets enough coverage that he doesn't need to always spam his dragon moves, but
He's there to wall too, so you can't stat as a Gudra. So what do, right? You can if he brings it right.
that's true. I mean,
set.
Gudra also gets Sap Zipper, right?
That is true, yeah.
You don't do anything to Gudra, really.
Yeah, so the Gudra Finny pair.
I really like the Megalop and the Fini though.
Yeah, the Megalop and Finny together are very nice. Obviously, Finny covers the fighting weakness Lop has, and it can take that.
Megalopony, right? It's Megalopony. I mean, it's gotta be good.
Yeah, and he's a very nice offensive team. Like he has Greninja there and Miss Magus. Miss Magus, you don't always want to bring Miss Magus, but in certain scenarios, like you don't want to take a nasty plot boosted Shadow Ball. So especially if it's Z move.
That same thing opens you.
Exactly.
You also have the Electric Ground is not the best, but Gliscor is really good.
Yeah, Gliscor, very bulky mon.
I feel like I feel like this team could have been infinitely better had he not chosen Kecleon and Pineco, though.
Kecleon, though.
So,
Kecleon's a sleeper, man.
that's another thing. The Pineco. I wasn't really gonna talk about the Pineco, but it's there. I feel like he could have picked up a fire type instead, but he picked up the Pineco. So
He was trying to sell me on the Pineco earlier, and I was like, I don't know, dude. It's a fucking Pineco.
does Pineco get the same stuff as Fortress? Does it get like T spikes, rock spikes?
Yeah, I think it does.
It gets
I
spin
think
as
it has
well.
all the. I think it has all the hazards, stuff like that.
Okay. I don't think it's as bulky even with a Violite, but
No, definitely not.
um
Nope.
But it's also not 4 times weak to fire either.
yeah, there's that, yeah. I guess so. Uh in terms of hazards,
Pineco is GOAT.
um in terms of hazards, he does have
Goat.
he has Kecleon for rocks. Greninja has double spikes. Rachi has rocks. Gliscor has rocks. Pineco has rocks. So he does have some hazards.
His
Um,
removal though is Gliscor and
Finny.
Finny.
Is it just Finny? No, yeah. Is it Gliscor, Finny, Pineco?
I think so. I'm pretty sure Pineco gets spin. I mean, Fortress gets spin.
I feel
Obviously,
like
by
it does get
Pineco.
spin, yeah. Okay, well, um, yeah,
But then again, I mean, looking at his team is not that weak to hazards.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're right. He has a Regenerator Amoonguss. He has a very bulky Finny. He has a Wish Passer Jirachi. Um, he has Toxic Heal Gliscor. It's not really weak to rocks at all. I don't think anything is actually weak to rocks because he doesn't have a fire type.
And his bit tiers are looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, the speed tiers look nice. Greninja, Lopunny, um,
You got Miss Magus,
Magus is there.
Jirachi, Gliscor.
Yeah, Gliscor is pretty fast. Yeah, even Finny sitting at 85 speed, and that's not too slow.
No.
People bring the offensive
Gudra at 80,
Calm
I
Mind
believe.
Finny as well. Guja's at 80, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's a decent team for sure. Like, yeah, he has two water types, but he has a Sap Sipper Gudra, so and he has a Jirachi. I don't think he's gonna mind too much that he doesn't have a fire type to hit those grass types. So, um,
No, it is Amoonguss.
I mean,
The thing, yeah.
he has enough coverage for that.
yeah.
I think
So,
so.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
yeah. When it comes to his momentum, though, do we see any U-turners besides? Well, I guess he has Greninja, Jirachi, Gliscor, and Electros. So even that's pretty good. Electros,
Yeah.
the slow Volt Switch or U-turn, get him into Megalop.
Could be better, maybe, but it's not
Yeah.
the worst either.
Electros is just there to kind of take hits. It's
Yeah.
just very bulky, and then it Volt Switches out or U-turns out, or maybe knocks something off. But
Yeah, and the fact that it gets levitate is nice because basically, unless you're running like Mold Breaker or something, it has
yeah,
no like actual weakness
yeah. Well, he
to
covered
anything.
Jirachi's weaknesses pretty well, to be honest. Like, he doesn't have anything else that's weak to ground, and and his fire weakness is just the Amoonguss and
Yep,
Jirachi, right?
and
So
he, yeah, well, and then I mean you have Dark and Ghost, but I mean he covers that pretty well too. He has two normal types and a,
yeah, he has a
I mean,
Megalopony, Dark and Ghost. It doesn't
yep,
even make a difference.
yep.
So yeah, I actually think Star's team is pretty decent. We had him at 8. It could have been because obviously, again, I have to keep saying it that there's probably better teams above him, but
Yep.
he doesn't have a bad team at all. I think he has the proper wall breakers, and he has a cleric in Jirachi. Even Miss Magius gets heal bell, so um, Lopunny
Yep.
also gets healing wish, which people forget about, but and he has a Finny that has Misty Surge, so it's not like he needs to always be aware of the fact that he's going to get toxic or something.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so that's Star's team. We want to move up to our number 7. We have the Peterborough Palpitoads and Grayon's team. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I always get confused with how to pronounce it. But
Yeah.
what do you guys think about Grayon's team here? He has the Celesteela, but his fairy type is a Mega Audino.
Well, yeah, Mega Audino isn't the best, but you know what? I have seen that work before
Mm-hmm.
in the right hands, but it's hard to say. I know Hunter was really hyping this guy up to be a good player, so I'm assuming there's a reason why he drafted that mon.
He's definitely a good coach. No denying it. It's just his draft seems a little awkward. He has 3 psychic
Yeah,
types. Um,
yeah.
he
He also
has
has two mons that are 4 times weak to ice with Zygarde 10% and Gligar.
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure why he needed the 3 ground types as well. He has Piloswine, Zygarde, and Gligar. Um, but his Mega Audino, I'm pretty sure he drafted it just for the extra points. Like Mega Audino itself, yes, it can be a very nice cleric, um, but it loses its regenerator when it Mega evolves. So it's not the best offensive fairy type. Yes, it gets a lot of coverage, but for the most part, I think he's going to be passing wishes off with that thing if he even brings it
Yeah.
every week. I don't know why he exactly needed Metagross on his team. Maybe for rocks, because he already has Celesteela and he has Starmie and he has Victini. He doesn't really need the typing for Metagross.
No. But I mean, he also had two rock setters already with Gligar and Piloswine.
Yeah, and Gligar is a very nice a rock setter, to be honest. Piloswine can easily get up rocks. It takes virtually any hit and gets up
Yeah, and
rocks.
he did. Yeah, because like I said, he already has Victini and he already has Cella, so he didn't need Metagross for the typing.
He didn't need it, and he didn't
No,
need rocks on it either. I'm not
no.
sure exactly why, but who knows? Maybe he has plans for it.
The the thing that jumps out to me at this team is, he has Victini and I guess maybe Superior, but he doesn't have a lot of mons just flat out like wall break, and I feel like that could be a problem for
He
this
has too
team.
many stacking types.
He
Yeah,
stacked up a lot of
He's
typings, which
missing a few
yeah,
types.
which
Like
makes it yeah, it makes it easier for the opponent to kind of bring the right coverage. Like he could easily pack Hidden Power Ice, and he already covers
yeah.
Zygarde and Gligar, and
But we'll see. A big part of this team is knockoff fodder because you have three psychic types and you have two mons that rely on Eviolite
Eviolite,
to
yeah,
well,
be
U-turn as well, right?
viable.
yeah, and Celesteela sometimes also really wants its item if it's not carrying a Z move, because it doesn't get reliable recovery besides Leech Seed, and Leftovers is
And
always really nice on it.
Well, I
yeah,
feel like he's weak to the 3 like most used moves, right? Scald, U-turn, knockoff.
I could see that, yeah.
It's
yeah,
Yeah, you can pretty much U-turn on this team for free, kind of. He does have the speed. He has Superior, Starmie, Galvantula. He even has webs, so it's not too bad. He has Zygarde.
yeah,
And Zygarde 10% under webs is very scary if the opponent doesn't have a grass type or a bug type.
yeah. His removal is okay. I guess he has Stormy and he has Gligar for that.
Does he have any?
But
He doesn't have
superior
anything
as well.
else. He only has Starmie and Gligar.
Superior.
Superior gets
Superior
defog
gets defog, yeah.
on
Okay,
whatever runs defog on Superior.
I'd run it.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah.
He's got a nice tier 5 though in Quillfish.
Yeah,
Not too
Quillfish is
bad.
very nice utility as well. Intimidate.
people People sleep on Quillfish, but that one comes in handy
I've
sometimes.
used it. It gets T spikes. It gets Thunder Wave, Destiny Bond, Pain Split,
You got a
um,
nice intimidate as well.
Yeah,
Intimidate
I mean,
user. He can.
I've used Stunfisk in a
yeah,
newer league, so
and his
Yeah,
typing isn't all that bad. I mean, water poison isn't bad.
it's a very nice typing. You can
Yeah.
take on the fairy types as well. Even though you have a Cell Steel and a Metagross, but you can take on some fairies with it. He can go offensive with Swords Dance and Swift Swim if he wants. Um,
Yeah.
Kind of weak to psychic as well because he doesn't have that dark type.
he doesn't have that dark type either, yeah. But he has the two steel types and the
Yeah, two
three
steel
psychic
types.
types. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't really see like a big glaring weakness besides the fact that he's doubled up on some typings.
Tripled up on two typings. I
Tripled
mean,
up for sure. Yeah.
that's not bad at all. That's not good. I mean, not good.
Yeah. Because with his hazard removers only being like Starmie, Gligar, and for some part Superior, Victini might get worn down a little bit. Um, but I think his strategy might be, Galvantula, Webs, and then either win with Zygarde or set up with Celesteela. I'm not sure if he's ever going to bring Audino to a match, but if he does, it could be interesting. So yeah. Otherwise, I'm not too sure when he's ever going to bring Piloswine if he needs to. Maybe just for the ice typing, but he has Gligar for rocks, and he has Zygarde for Thousand Arrows. So it's kind of redundant to have the Piloswine. So or the Gligar even one of the two. I don't think you ever bring both of them.
Yeah. Well, he does
No.
have nice priority with bullet punch and
And Ice
ice shard
Shard, yeah,
Zygarde does get extreme speed.
E Speed,
in E speed. Yeah.
Galvantula gets
He
Sucker
has
Punch.
good speed tiers.
He does.
Um,
Yeah, Serp, Starmie, Galvantula, Zygarde. So it's not too bad.
his fairy is lackluster.
It's not the best, but that
No.
kind of gave him more room to grab some higher tier mons.
Should be honest, his DFS score is actually probably not the best. I mean, Stella's not bad, but you look at Mega Audino and Zygarde 10%,
Yeah. Well,
and that's pretty underwhelming.
Water Fire Grass is great.
hmm
Yeah, yeah, his Firewater Grass score isn't bad at all.
Electric Ground is okay because he has 3 ground types.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Galvantula's decent
So,
electric type.
did he cover Celesteel's weaknesses well enough? He has 3 ground types, and he has
2 water
Audino
types.
to kind of soak up some fire hits, but
He
Well, he
didn't.
has the 2 water types.
He didn't cover fire the best. I would say, but he has Quillfish and Starmie.
yeah, he has Qwilfish, Starmie, and Victini, so maybe that's something. And Zygarde doesn't want to take any hits. I think what he did was just grab some Pokemon that can take some neutral hits very well. Like Gligar is a massive wall, no matter what. Piloswine is also very tanky. Audino can also tank hits very well. So, um, he might not have the proper typings, but he definitely has the walls and the checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.